recipeIdeas.com. Last week we made chocolate chips. Chocolate chips. They're amazing. They're so good. Oh, dropped one on the floor. Well, I promised you I was going to make chocolate chip cookies next, low carb ones. So I think I have the perfect recipe and I think you're going to enjoy it. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make them. So the first thing we're going to do is just grab a bowl. It doesn't have to be a large bowl, just grab a bowl. And we're going to put in 1 1/4 cups of almond flour into the bowl. I get mine at Costco. It's Kirkland almond flour. Okay, I don't get paid for advertising these products. I'm just showing you so that you have an idea as to what kind of products that I do use. Now the next thing we're going to add in is 1 tablespoon of oat fiber. And the reason I'm using this oat fiber is because it helps keep them together. It helps the cookie keep them together. So I really like this oat fiber, and I bought the oat fiber when I did my Deirdre's bread, and I've got so much of it I've got to learn to use it with other things. So this is the brand that I used this time with the oat fiber, and that was Anthony's. And then we're going to, there's a little bit in the bowl here, we're going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now the baking soda, I do use aluminum-free baking soda. I really don't understand that whole concept, but I picked this up at the bulk barn and I think you can buy it anywhere. And one more thing in the dry ingredient is our salt, and we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of Himalayan salt. So we're just going to mix this all up. I just like to have my basic dry ingredients mixed all up separately so that everything's combined well together. All right, so now I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to get my blender and another bowl, and we're going to blend kind of our wet ingredients together. So now I've got my blender out, I've got my mixing bowl, and I have soft butter here, and I'm going to use 3/8 of a cup, which works out to be approximately 6 tablespoons or 85 grams of soft butter. And I did put it in the microwave just to make it a little bit softer. The next thing we're going to add in is our brown sugar. Now I'm putting in 1/2 cup of Swerve brown sugar. And where's my sugar here? Here it is. It's very expensive, but boy, is it ever nice. And I'm going to work on this, and maybe I can create it so we won't have to spend so much money. So that's the brown sugar. And then I've got my erythritol. I powder it. I always powder it. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons or 1/8 of a cup of powdered erythritol. Okay, let me see if I can get that butter off. There we go. Okay, now I've got to get my beater so that we can get this going. The mixer I'm using is a Hamilton Beach. I got a great sale at the superstore, and my other one burnt out when I was trying to make some what's it? The keg. It has a special cake or pie there. Billy Bob pie, I think it is. And I burnt out my motor on my hand mixer, so I bought this. So we'll get this all creamed together. Okay, so now I'm going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla, and I'm going to add in an egg. So I'm just going to turn it on, and I'm just going to dump it in there. Okay, so I've got my dry ingredients. I'm going to add in my dry ingredients, and then we're going to mix it all together. All right. Now, this is looking good. I'm just going to clean off the tool here, and then we're going to add in our chocolate chips. Okay, so next thing is I've got a heaping half a cup of chocolate chips, and I'm just going to fold this in until they're distributed well in the batter, the dough. And that's it. So now we're going to put them on a cookie tray and bake our great cookies. Now what I do, the batters is very sticky, so I'm just taking a tablespoon, and I like using my rubber gloves, and I will roll them and put them on to the cookie sheet. So I will continue doing this, and then we will get them in the oven. A little bit more here. That one's a little big. There we go. We'll continue and get them all rolled out. I got them all rolled out, and I just want to show you a little trick that Mom used to always teach me when I was a kid in baking, was just put a little bit of water on the bottom on your fork. That way when you press them down, they don't stick, and it just works so much better. So I've got around 26 cookies here. I'm going to put them in the oven at 350 between 10 and 12 minutes. And then we will give them a try. Now everybody's oven's different, so you're going to have to, maybe put it on for 9 minutes and just double check, so you don't want to burn them. Okay, so here are my low carb chocolate chip cookies. And I made my own chocolate chips. The recipe will be on the site with these cookies. There'll be a link that you can click on, and hopefully you want to give it a try. There's a lot of sugar-free chocolate chips out there, but it was a lot of fun making my own, and I know that they're healthy, and it's just great. So anyway, we're going to take a bite. I've already made a few batches of these cookies. They're very good. So, delicious. They're soft cookies. They're not crunchy or crispy. They're definitely a keeper for me. Quite enjoy them. And I got 26 cookies out of them. They're a nice size, so they're perfect to satisfy that sweet tooth that you have. Anyway, if you'd like to go to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com, try this recipe and try some of my others. You take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.